Hey y'all, it's time for some late night storytelling. It's not going to be one of my normal stories, but I'm going to tell a story about two groups. We're going to go with Group A and Group X. Sounds good. All right, so Group A had a plan for ridding their area of Group X. So they established ghettos under Group A's control to confine Group X until they could be executed. This particular ghetto was enclosed at first with barbed wire, but later with a brick wall that was 10 feet high and 11 miles long. And Group A started displacing Group X from surrounding areas into this ghetto, where nearly 500,000 of them lived within 840 acres. Many had no housing at all, and those who did were living about 9 people in a crowded room. As you can imagine, starvation and disease killed thousands of people every month. Now, this ghetto, they were getting rid of Group X about 5,000 a day. And then Group A decided to ship another 265,000 of them into this ghetto. Now, around this time, only about 55,000 remained in this ghetto. And as this displacement continued, despair gave way to a determination to resist. So the leader of Group A, he ordered the displacement of another 8,000 of Group X. This caught Group X by surprise. But they started making use of the hiding places that they had created, and Group X did not report as ordered. The resistance sprang into action. Group X fighters could strike quickly and then escape across rooftops. Group A troops, on the other hand, moved cautiously and would not go down to cellars. When Group A's displacement effort ended within a few days, Group X interpreted this as a victory. From then on, the resistance dominated the ghetto. The resistance fortified hideouts and strengthened fighting units. Yeah, right? Now, having withdrawn, Group A suspended the displacement for a while. But then, on a religious holiday, Group A sent 2,000 men. And they moved into the area with tanks, rapid-fire artillery, and ammunition trailers. While most of Group X hid in bunkers, some of Group X's fighters opened fire with different weaponry. Pistols, a few rifles, and one machine gun. And homemade, destroying a number of tanks and killing Group A's troops. And holding off reinforcements trying to enter the ghetto. Group A withdrew in the evening, and the next day the fighting resumed and casualties mounted. Group A used gas, police dogs, and flamethrowers in an effort to rout Group X from their bunkers, leaving the city under a pall of smoke for days. On the third day, Group A's tactics changed. They no longer entered the ghetto in large groups, but roamed in small bands. They had made a decision to burn the entire ghetto. Now, Group A had planned to liquidate the ghetto in 3 days. but Group X held out for nearly a month. Resistance fighters succeeded in hiding in the sewers, even though Group A tried first to flood them and then force them out with smoke bombs. Why am I telling you this story? Because it sounds a lot like what's going on in Gaza right now. Group A could be the Israeli government, and Group X could be the Palestinians. But this is actually a story called the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. This was the Jewish people uprising against the Nazis, putting them in ghettos and executing them without any qualms at all. This is true. David Schwimmer actually starred in this movie. And I remember him talking about how proud it made him. Because this was this great victory. This has always been considered this great victory in Jewish history, where the Jewish were put into ghettos and systemically killed until they had an uprising. Funny how history repeats itself. Free Palestine.